is CGTN, China Global Television Network.
Biking for me started off as a hobby. I learnt in 2019 in November.
Biking represents a sense of freedom, of convenience. The reason why I ride has kept evolving with time.
Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for your love and mercy. We thank you for bringing us here safe.
So the place we are going is right on a twist. If you see me putting on my hazards, there's something I have seen. I just can't take my hand off to just stop it down. Ukiona nimewasha hazard, there's something I've seen slow down automatically. Anyone else who has hazards on their bike?
Yes.
Today we are having our final hangout for Inked Sisterhood. We're just meeting to hang out, to also have our final SGM for the year.
Normally when we have rides, is we meet and then we ride together from that meeting point. Some of them, they want to look sexy, they want to look cool. Yeah? So biking is all these different things, but mostly it's that sense of freedom that is there.
We ride for different reasons. So we have people who ride for commute. So they realized it's too expensive to drive in traffic in Nairobi or whichever other city they live in. Then we also have people who ride for business. There are lady bikers who own businesses that do delivery services. Then we also have ladies who ride for fun.
The view from outside is really one that is more of, rogue people, people with tattoos. We've been called a motorcycle gang before. So we're all about promoting other sisters in the community, and this place is owned by an Inked sister. Yeah, so we decided to come to a place that's nice, serene and quiet, and have our activities here.
Good morning. My name is Beatrice Njeri Chege, but they call me Tris. And this is my ride today. It's brand new. I got it yesterday. Wow. Yeah, so I'm very excited. I normally sell motorcycles, and also I do training. I do motorcycle financing, so many things. Let me show you around my shop. Ryan is our shop manager. Everything to do with this shop in Westlands is the one to ask. This is my Hall of Fame. Here we have my mom. It's like a victory, moment where I'm holding my trophy. So in this shop, we sell motorbikes, as you can see. And then we also sell apparels. We have our helmets here, gloves, knee guards, some accessories for the motorbikes. We have our jackets there.
Tris.
Oh.
Boda.
Hi. As you can see, we have our very own collection. The make is Tris, then the brand name is a Concord 169. So it couldn't say 170, it just wanted to say 169 sound cheese. I modified it to have LED lights. You can't see any delivery and courier motorcycles that have LED lights. That's why I decided my bike will have day running lights that never go off forever and ever, and ever, and ever, and ever. And then we have the digital dashboard so that the rider can even see the battery range. Because I know like just below 12, I need to start it. And then mine also comes with a USB charging port. And we have a very nice security system. So the bike just starts remotely, or you can just switch it off like that, just remotely. So the other thing is the off-road tires. My bike comes stock like that with off-road tires. You don't have to invest in tires. So these tires can give you over 15,000 kilometers without them like shying. And of course, you know the potholes on our road, you just need a badass tire.
My name is Mina Reev. I'm a teacher. I teach at an international school. I've always been working out. I've always been a bit of a fitness person. So I run, I hike, I do all this outdoor stuff and adventure stuff. So for me, working out is part of my lifestyle. Like that. Okay. I know other bikers, some other bikers also work out. They should be working out because it is exhausting being on a bike, and just for fitness, healthy lifestyle and living. So one hand, switch. Yeah, that, yeah. Yeah. Caught me just leaving, I'm so sorry, but I've actually got a tuition session. So I teach in Kenya, Nairobi, in the capital. It's really good, I enjoy it, in the outskirts actually. It's very beautiful. Teaching is because, well, it encompasses my whole personality. So I've got a bachelor's degree in biomedical sciences, so I have the scientific background already. And I didn't see myself being stuck in a research lab or doing sort of tests in a hospital and stuff like that. Biking for me started off as a hobby. I learned in 2019 in November. And as soon as I learned how to ride a bike and I was confident, I said, well, let's race. My first experience was not a disaster, but I did have my accident. But I just kept going. Had many experiences and I did the entire season. So all of this gear, so the knee guards, the proper biking boots, you can see here, it's got proper protection just in case I skid my leg onto the tarmac. And of course my biker jacket, just in case, you never know when an accident is going to happen. I usually like to use town. I just go straight through the CBD. I know everybody says it's a nightmare because of the traffic and the roadworks, but on a bike, it's actually quite enjoyable because you sort of just dodge and weave and you just get through, and it's the shortest distance for me. Okay, good. So after the small intestine and the food has been absorbed, where does it go? Yes, the large intestine, and then... I was first a teacher before I became a biker. And yeah, so now I teach middle school science, so years 7, 8, and 9. I teach biology, the IGCSE, and then I also teach the IB biology and IB sports science.
Lady bikers started becoming very active in about 2014, 2015. That's also when many private bikers in Kenya started actively riding. The trainer realized that he was having way too many ladies coming into the scale, and he thought it wise to set up a group. So in 2017, he formed Inked Sisterhood together with a few other lady bikers who he had trained by then. And then over the years, we have grown to being over 200 female bikers.
May was Road Safety Month, and Road Safety Month meant a lot. Like, we really needed to get the message going out there. Yeah.
What happens when you take those day trips and then when you're taking like lunch, somebody decides to have a bottle of tea. And then you tell them, I have called them out, and they're like, it's only 2 beers that you're allowed to even drive with 2 beers. But I'm like, this is different. You're going to be on a bike, you're in a group. You're not just a danger to you, you are also a danger to us. So that happened like twice, and since then I don't ride with them. But I'm just thinking, whatever other group she went to ride with.
One of the things that we are learning as a part of the community is that we want to remember our fallen brothers, we want to remember fallen bikers, we want to blame cagers for accidents, but we don't want to own our mistakes that led to those accidents.
November was a big month. I mean, having lost Koi in 2020, that was we felt like 2021, we really need to honor her memory and the memory of other bikers who have gone down.
21st of November is the World Day of Remembrance of Road Traffic Victims. In 2020, on 21st of November, that exact same day, we lost the very first female biker to road accidents in Kenya. That took a toll on most of us. For weeks we could not ride. Even to her funeral, some of us opted to drive. Being on 2 wheels doesn't necessarily mean you're shielded from careless driving, road carnages, and people who do not understand road use and basic traffic rules. But the same also happens if you're in a car, because we have car accidents all the time.
So cheki mwenzako is, cheki is a Swahili word that means look, and then mwenzako is your neighbor, your friend, somebody who's next to you. So the message was basically you should look out for other people, look out for other road users.
When an accident happens, and I'm sure people watching and everybody knows have seen a victim of a traffic accident, road traffic accident. At that point, your identity is not rich, poor. Your identity at that time is a traffic accident victim. That is what everybody refers to you as. And I have seen many people lose their lives. I have talked to women who have lost their husbands, women who have lost their sons. So tunafanyanga kazi ya kuelimisha kuhusu usalama barabarani wenzetu ambao tunafanya kutumia nduthi, kama unaitumia kwa biashara ama unaitumia kwa kusafiri ama unaitumia kuendea kazi ingine. Sisi zote tunafaa kuwa na usalama barabarani.
Wamoyo has been very passionate about road safety, and that is something that has been very infectious, especially in the sisterhood. So periodically we do the training for commercial operators just to create more awareness about road safety, about the right things to wear on the road, culture as well, just trying to adjust that in their minds.
Unajua ni hatia kuenda kwa barabara bila license?
Si kuna online bana.
Bila license, hata karawa kujue, hata akupende aje, insurance haitakulipa. Na makosa haikuwa yako. Hasara kwa nani? Yeah?
Hasara ni kwa nani?
I could travel and be happy with it, but I think if I am able to touch a soul in my community and change them and bring safety to them, then for me that is what makes me happy.
Muliuliza kitu ya riding license. Riding license hakuna msee haizi pata hapa, niko sure, because ile pesa kidogo msee atafanya hapa leo kama ameendesha 4 months ni 1500. So tunaweza pata. Lakini nini inafanyika kwa barabara? Umesave, unataka kuenda huko. Unashikwa tu, kifungu imeenda. Hapo penye umesimamisha customer, hiyo pesa yako yenye imeonekana inaenda. So sisi kama riders lazima tuchangamuke, tuangalie ni ideas gani tutakam nazo, wajue hata kama tunaenda hizo shule zenye zinastahili twende, ni nini hizo tutafanya kama riders, wajue huyu msee ana familia, huyu msee ana haki, huyu msee pia ana mali, ana sacrifice, yeah.
Jamaa ameongeleshia nchi mzima. I am self-funded, so I really don't have any funding. I don't have government support. I don't have organization support. I do this out of my passion and care and love for the community that rides motorcycle. And I thought about having a very nice setup with tents and seats, but it costs money. And if I was to wait until I get those equipment to be able to talk to my fellow riders, I don't know how long that will take. And I don't know how many lives we are going to lose as I am waiting to get a seat and a tent.
The reason why I ride has kept evolving with time. I started riding because I needed easy commute away from the traffic. And then from there, I discovered that I could travel more with a motorcycle besides just evading traffic and getting where I'm going faster than everybody else. And after that, I even decided I can cross the borders and continents to travel by motorcycle. So in 2018, my husband and I, we took up a tour. Our plan was actually to be on the road for 3.5 years. And we had a more ambitious plan to be able to cover all the 7 continents. Unfortunately, the pandemic came and hit us, and we managed to get to Nicaragua. By that time, we had covered 10 countries in Africa and 10 countries in South America. We also did Antarctica, but not on motorcycle. We wanted to experience the world by ourselves instead of reading it from magazines and watching it from TV. And secondly, the most important, last is the best, is because we wanted to tell the story of Kenya. Take the story of Kenya out there and tell it to the world.
Hello. Why are all my students almost pointy? And this is you coming. Explain to me how you will get yourself here without killing yourself.
You watch out for any cars coming your way.
Observe. So what are we observing?
Other vehicles.
Other vehicles. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, position. So you position yourself nicely. So this will be our training bike today. It's a 200cc bike. So it's quite powerful. Okay? So here we have the clutch. The clutch is what communicates when you're about to change the gear. So it's a clutch. And here we have the brake, the front brake. Okay? Here we have the gas. This is the throttle. Kama venye kuna pedal ya gari, sasa hii ni ya mafuta ya kuweka. So if you do this, if you do it towards you, that's when you add. So you don't do this, you do this. You have the rear brake here. This is the rear brake. So you have the front brake and the rear brake. So this side is basically for starting and stopping. So that's where you have the gas, you have the brakes, this side. And this other side is for shifting. So gear 1 is down and then the rest is up.
In what situations would you use the front brake and the back brake?
All situations.
So you just use both at the same time?
Yes. If you're selling bikes, it means you need to convert as many people as you can, right? So if you sell something and people can't ride, you teach them how to ride so that they can buy your bike, right? So we're going to walk with it until we get to the stage. Oh, okay. But I like training women, even actually fast learners. You know, dudes, they always act like they know. So unamwambia wazee utaanguka, like sa nimeshika. But her, she'll ask you like this, the shoulder like this. And yeah, you tell her, yeah, like that. Hey, dude, namokota kwa ile ditch. Ako kwa hii ditch ingine asijua alikuwa afanya nini, alikuwa try to shift gear. You know, so it's actually easy to train him.
As part of our work, I Ride for Helmets and Inked Sisterhood, we make sure during our education and awareness with the motorcycle riders, we visit police stations to also learn from the law enforcers and get to work together as a team. We make the riders aware that this is an important process of just to give you an idea of how bad it is with motorcycle accidents on our roads. Our hospitals have dedicated wards for motorcycle accident victims, and our police stations are overwhelmed with accident motorcycles in their yards. I'd like to hear what you go through in daily looking at this, what is happening. What are some of the challenges you experience as a law enforcer?
Majority of those who operate the motorbikes, most of them do not have the driving license. They do not have the insurance. They do not have the reflective jackets.
Yes.
And they even don't have the helmet.
Yeah.
Even the shoes that they use for riding. You get somebody using slippers. For those who don't have those documents, once they are involved in an accident, definitely the first thing they will do is to run away. To that extent, then most of the accidents that happen, unless they are those that are very serious, most of them go unreported. We need to partner with the Boda operators. One, we bring them to the knowledge that having these documents is not to their disadvantage.
So thank you, Bwana Wahome.
Yeah.
This is something that we will take up, and that partnership is guaranteed.
I decided before I turn the next decade, let me learn how to ride. So I went to a riding school. I learned how to ride, and then I was like, maybe I should buy a bike. Maybe I should just commit to this thing, kabisa, and buy a bike. So I bought a bike. I bought a Suzuki Gixxer 155, and my family did not believe I was going to get on the road. And then I got on the road, and yeah.
Normally, we bring in a container full of bikes and we assemble them from here. This is where our assembly line is. We are going to have a few offices there, and this is actually our headquarters and our Ruiru branch and our assembly line and our service point. Like, everything will just be coming from here. I wasn't happy with what was in the market at that same price. So I did a bit of advancement for the headlights, dashboard, the keyless system, the tires, the braking system. This is something that you can't walk into a shop and ask someone to give you a bike that has all those things. I remember the first time that my dad knew that I was into riding. He saw me on Thika being carried by a man on a bike. So you can imagine the drama that went down at home that day. Of course, it didn't go well, but they come for all races that I'm participating in. It's now becoming a family business. It was a niche, and I was interested. By then, I dropped out from uni because of this business. Yeah, because I didn't see the need of, why? Are we in school again? Yeah, it's not a good thing to say, but it's true. That's what it is. Yeah.
This right here was my last ride with Lavender. I named her Lavender. And unfortunately, I have sold her. So I've already found out that they're definitely changing the color. The purple is more me, Mina Reeve, it's more my brand. And my logos are everywhere, and you've got the 412, which is my race number. I've had Lavender for about a year now, and I'm sad to see her go, but the race season doesn't seem like it's happening anytime soon. I'll still be able to practice on track though.
So I got into racing in 2020, but there were not that many women on track at that point in time. So when I saw Mina, and I was like, oh, Mina is out there and she's doing really, really good, so why can't I? So that's why I decided to race, and she's one of the first people I told I wanted to race, and instantly she brought me in and she trained me and she helped me.
So the first 3 or 4 laps, we take it easy, we take it slow, we sort of give each other some distance, just to get a feel of the track. It doesn't matter how experienced you are, you've got to do what is called sighting laps. Then we'll come off track, relax a little bit, debrief, talk to each other what we want to achieve.
The last time we were here on track, we came to race and then we didn't race because tulitupiwa tear gas. Tear gas was thrown at us by some, I can call them police officers or like people in that capacity, because they didn't want us to be on track on that day.
There's quite a lot of controversy in the sport when it comes to who organizes them and the kind of reputation that certain people want to build with this sport.
Race day is usually exciting. We plan for maybe months, like it's expensive, we buy tires, we set up, everything. We're so excited, and then we come and things went down. It's disappointing, really.
Just to put it into perspective, a set of brand new race tires, which is what we all get individually for our bikes, cost about 30,000 Kenya shillings. And they'll only last for that day. Then we have to get new ones. Most of us self-sponsor ourselves, so it is very expensive. We've put in all that effort and all that money only to be told, well, we can't race.
We're going to say thank you in a special way to every single person who volunteered their time to be part of the strategy team, volunteered their time to be in events, in training, road safety. In one way or another, we just wanted to say thank you.
Most of the times, the story of our country and many other countries in Africa are told by other people. So we wanted to be in charge of what we deliver out there, and not just tell it, also showcase the abilities that Africans and Africa has.